if you'd have played Henderson and you'd have played Fabinho and maybe Cavani,
well, yeah,
that gives you a better balance.
Again, I don't think Fabinho gives you that much creativity. It'll make it solid in the middle of the pitch, of course.
But then you're
playing
Milner in advanced position when Milner never scores a goal.
Yeah.
I'm amazed that Fabinho, he has to have been injured. He has to have been injured for not to play today. They said it was tactical before the game. I think the reporter just gave Jurgen an out with the question. But he had to be injured. To not start in a game and play Milner, Henderson and Harvey Elliott, he had to have a knock or something like that.
Well, he can't make up because he can't do because he actually played 30-odd minutes.
I know, but...
so I can't understand...
I think he's left him out tactically.
Yeah, I think he's left him out tactically. If he can come and play 30 minutes at Old Trafford, then he can't have a knock.
No, I agree.
And if he's got a little knock, I'm sure Fabinho is one of those type of people go, I want to play.
I'm amazed he never played from the start.
Yeah.
In a game like this where you cannot lose if you're Liverpool, you cannot lose first and foremost. You take a draw and then you move forward, but you don't lose at Old Trafford and let United go above you. Yet they lost it in the first 30 minutes. Alanga missed a great chance. He scored the goal. He got another one.
I think possession stats show, don't they, that Liverpool really lack creativity. You think 70-30 in Liverpool's favour. It suited United to play on a counter-attack and win the ball and get up the pitch, and they did that with plenty of pace.
And both he and Andy Robertson there, Paul, were talking about the starts. 7 games in a row, Liverpool have now conceded the first goal for the first time in their history in the league, and they don't know why it's happening.
It's a strange one. When you kind of think of, like, how world-class, Van Dijk is and Matic and Gomez, the two fullbacks. It's a very surprising stat, but I think Jurgen had a probably fair assessment on the game. You can't afford to go a goal down because you're always chasing the game, and then that plays into the other team's hands. But listen, as Macca said, from the start, they weren't aggressive enough. They weren't at the races. They're very lethargic. Yet they are missing players. But those periods of times when you haven't got the players are injured, you start looking in the Championship and League One where it's even worse. No, it's true. It's not.
Two as well.
Yeah, League Two. Sorry, mate.
Don't leave us out.
You've got to get through those situations. And listen, Jota's a big miss and the centre forward's a big miss. But it wasn't about that today for me. It was about application. It was about attitude. It was about doing the right things at the right time. And for me, that's the reason why they lost the game.
But you reinforced what everybody knows and says before the game, that when these two come together as a player, no one needs to say anything to you. So what if there was any game...
And last year when they went behind, they won the games, and that's what's papering over the cracks to a certain extent. Fulham, they were slow. They started great in the Community Shield against the best team around. That was fine. But then, subsequently, they've started slow every time. And you knew after 5 or 10 minutes that they were in trouble today and they were not at the races. But someone then should have just said, right, everybody just come together for 10 minutes. Let's just defend. Let's just be collectively strong, clear our lines and work our way into the game. But they didn't. The warning sign was Alanga's chance. And when he ran down the left wing and cut in between Trent and Joe Gomez, you thought there was a problem there. And they couldn't deal with it. And they still carried on playing as if they were winning 4-0 and spreading the ball around and everybody was wide and playing little passes. And it was only a matter of time before they were going to get caught. And once they did get caught, that's when it's like, we better sharpen up again. But it is too late in games like this, because these games are more than just playing nice football and scoring goals that you can do against other opposition. This is Liverpool against Manchester United. And Liverpool went and battered them last year and got all the glory. But they have to take it this time because they were nowhere near good enough. Yes, they had majority of possession and stuff like that. And Manchester United, sat back and defended in the second half. But that's what happens. All that matters is the result. And Liverpool are languishing near the bottom of the league. Yes, they'll get out of it. But they've got 2 points now out of possible 9, which is a massive problem.
And on that point, there's only one club that have ever not won in their first 3 league games and won the title in the Premier League era. They've got to fix this quickly. They can't get that gap between themselves and the top teams too big.
No, I totally agree. And, you kind of think, if you look at this Crystal Palace game, look at the Fulham game, our team's trying to working them out now. Again today, defend deep, Liverpool play the high thing, pace against the back four, they're creating chances. So, listen, they've done it before, Liverpool. They've been, against City, nearly caught them last year. But, yeah, while you're down there, Macca's right, they're not going to stay down there once they get their strengths back in that. But you start giving 10 gaps to City, but even Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea, those teams, it's going to be a tough season for them.
So many good teams, Liverpool are out of it, of course, there's so much quality. There's quality come back in the team. I think a lot of teams are going to beat each other this year. I think
I agree,
quality
going
right down the league.
Different in the pattern, do you, this season?
Yeah, I think going right down the league, Newcastle, Brighton, Brentford, these teams, they're a lot better than they used to be, so I think teams at the top will drop a lot more points than they have done in the
Just
past.
to round off, how important was it to United? What could it do for them tonight?
Oh, it was massive for United. They'd been in such a bad place. They've not played with that intensity and aggressiveness for... I can't remember. I saw that they were actually tackling people, which was great. In possession, they didn't have a lot of possession, but sometimes these games you don't need to. On Saturday might be a bigger test for them when they have to be in possession. They have to be better on the ball, but we'll see.
There is one night where you can smile at the end of it. Well done.